remercie mingi na ARD aussi monsieur PRADD ganani si azana ina c'est nda tenti formation sur le former normalement ko je crois yingando ko je rando si tenti diamape donc diamati e kagi tonga si beti so ke kanani et puis inga aussi diamape ti ganangana yi si inga aussi ko de diama wala unja diamana ke sarna yi tonga na nye bo inga pe bo déjà ARD ganani na beni fo yeso beni formation sociale au Ghana, donc l'éduquer, le monde éducation de base peindre, bon de façon normalement éduquer. Donc nous avons je crois que c'est le sur la kanga. Depuis 1960, on a tant babati, donc le tia kanga. Mais ARD à Ghana, l'an 2000 a commencé en l'an 2007 le sinani bon le tia azi.
In 2007, the United States Agency for International Development and the Central African Republic developed a pilot project called PRADD, the Property Rights and Artisanal Diamond Development Project. The project is designed to help diamond miners identify and register property rights for their mines. The PRADD team is also working to raise incomes and living standards for miners and mining communities. In spite of the value of the stones they find, diamond mining communities are desperately poor. Along with poverty, they suffer from many other related problems: poor health and malnutrition, high rates of teen pregnancy and HIV/AIDS, low literacy rates, and widespread environmental degradation. The miners are living in a terrible situation. In order to find diamonds to sell, they're tearing up land they could use to grow food. Furthermore, the miners are poorly paid for their hard work. Because they live at the edge of survival, they're easily exploited by dishonest collectors who often cheat them on price. No program can address all the problems that miners face. The focus of the PRADD project is to help individual miners affirm and document their property rights. This is an important step for them to take, and the work the miners did with the PRADD team had a positive impact on the mining communities in the pilot zone. The methodology the PRADD team developed could be used in mining communities all over Africa.
The PRADD project is a pilot intended to validate procedures for protecting the rights of the individual artisanal miner, the community in which that person lives, as well as increasing the revenue to the central government and by extension the entire population of the Central African Republic.
Many of the miners were skeptical when the project first began. They weren't accustomed to using legal documents and working with a modern system. It took them a while to realize how valuable it could be to participate in the system.
On a fini progressivement par leur faire comprendre que pour mieux gagner de l'argent, il faut vraiment une connaissance de son milieu, de ses activités, comment on travaille. Et progressivement, quand ils auront acquis ces connaissances, en ce moment, ils pourront utiliser ces connaissances pour vraiment au profit donc, de leurs activités pour un gain meilleur.
Having a document to identify and locate your mine is important for several reasons. One of the most important reasons is that having the proper documents means that your diamonds can be certified through the Kimberley Process. But what is the Kimberley Process, and how does it work? The rough diamonds artisanal miners find in the sediment around rivers and marshes in the Central African Republic become beautiful stones when they're cut and polished. Because diamonds are so precious, they're used in many cultures to celebrate love and marriage. But diamonds have also been used to finance wars and rebellions. Warlords use them to pay soldiers and buy guns, and as a result, millions of African people have been killed and uprooted in battles to control diamonds and other minerals. Conflict diamonds are a huge problem. Over 70 million people live in African countries that have been torn apart by struggles over diamonds and other minerals. The wars and rebellions have shattered already weak economies, spread disease, and created millions of refugees. Responding to this growing crisis, the United Nations, governments of diamond-producing and trading countries, including the United States, joined forces with the industry and civil society to create a system to reduce the market for conflict diamonds. Many countries around the world have joined the program, including the Central African Republic, where the PRADD pilot project is located. The Kimberley Process creates a system for tracing diamonds from their source to the ultimate consumers. For countries that want to comply with the Kimberley Process, the challenge is to determine who owns the mine where the stones were found. Land ownership at the grassroots level, where artisanal miners work, is not documented. The PRADD project developed a systematic process to register and document customary rights so they can become modern legal rights.
Et là, je montre la tombe de mon père, Yaba David, qui a beaucoup travaillé pour la localité.
Customary rights are invisible to the state and difficult to document, but they are very real to the people living in villages all over Central Africa.
Chef, il a régné de 1964 à 1971.
These rights are rooted in tribal history and culture and managed by traditional leaders in the local communities.
C'est la tombe de mon grand frère, qui est le fils de Yaba.
Voilà, maintenant qu'on a la première liste.
Kent Elbow, a land tenure specialist, worked with Zephren Mogba and the rest of the PRADD team to design and test the methodology for translating customary rights to statutory rights.
There are two systems of property rights in places where we're working in our pilot sites here in the Central African Republic. There's the statutory rights and there are the customary or informal rights, which are really practices that we find on the ground in the villages, in the rural zones. These are non-written, they're informal sets of rules of who has access to land and who has access to natural resources. Basically, the approach of our project is to try to link these parallel systems, the statutory and the customary, by bringing the customary, non-formal rules and regulations and rights into the statutory system.
In order to define the customary rights of miners in the pilot zone, the team developed an 8-step process that combined community development techniques to identify, organize, and motivate the miners, with GPS devices to precisely locate the mines. The work began with a participatory rural appraisal, a creative process where men and women from the community gathered to map their environment. Looking at their environment in this new way can be a powerful experience. It helped change their perspective on their own resources and how best to use them.
The first step in getting to know the customary system, the customary rules, the customary authorities are participatory rural appraisal exercises. These really have the objective of integration into the village. We're also looking for information. We want to know how the customary system works, who the authorities are, what the system is for gaining access, in particular to diamond mining areas. And in the diamond mining zones, we want to identify who the miners are.
The rural appraisal process gave the PRADD team an overview of the community. Step 2, conducting a census of the miners, was a focused effort to generate the facts on mine ownership.
We need a baseline, we need a place to start, so we compile a list using resource persons in the different villages so that we know who is working in the diamond fields and where they are located, which water courses, which streams, which rivers.
The next step was a socio-economic survey. It included a more formal survey with a detailed questionnaire that was given to every single miner.
Everyone was interviewed so that we could get information about how they gained access to their sites, whether they had inherited their mining site, whether they had simply come and found a place that was not previously being used for diamond mining and they staked out their claim. And it also allows us to make the first correction in our list of artisanal miners as we go through this exercise.
In every step of the process, the information about the mines and mine ownership became more accurate. In this next step, the PRADD team located each mine site using GPS devices. It was time-consuming, but it generated critical information.
The next step in our process are actual visits to every single diamond mining site that has been indicated to us through the socioeconomic surveys. We train a team in taking geographic coordinates using a GPS unit. They go to every field so they can take the geographical coordinates and we can feed that into our geographical information system database and produce map products that show us exactly where artisanal diamond mining is taking place. It's quite a long exercise. We have a team out in the field for a good 6 weeks straight, taking all of these coordinates and asking a lot of questions. This serves also as an opportunity to correct our original census of the artisanal miners. When you get to the field, you find that things are not exactly like what you were told when you were in the village. Sometimes when you look around, you find, well, the person who actually has this claim is different. You find a claim next to that was not previously recorded, so you take the GPS point, the geographic coordinate, and you add that into your overall database of artisanal miners.
These GPS points connect the mine site locations to an amazing amount of metadata that's available from GIS sources, including data on vegetation, water, and other resources that can be useful in land use planning.
Ils ont localisé les chantiers par des coordonnées géographiques à partir de GPS. Et donc, même si que vous êtes aux États-Unis, en Allemagne, en N'Djamena, vous pouvez, sur la carte de la République centrafricaine, connaître tel chantier, telle localisation appartient à l'artisan X avec une superficie de mètres carrés. Et donc, c'est une localisation précise avec le GPS.
The team regarded the miners' claims as provisional until it was determined that there were no conflicts. To handle the few conflicts that did come up, the team developed a successful community-driven mediation process to resolve them.
In some cases, there is a challenge to this claim. There may be someone else who wants to work in the same site. There may be a problem with the border between two artisanal mining sites. An existing conflict prevents registration of this as a valid claim in our property rights registry. So this needs to be resolved. The project has piloted a process for mediation of conflicts that consists of identification of 3 key local resource persons, generally from the local customary authority system. Also, there may be senior artisanal miners who do know the area, who know the issues, who know the actors involved, and they form a small mediation committee. Each of the 2 disputants who have agreed to the composition of this committee now meet privately with the committee. They each plead their case separately. The committee hears it and they formulate an opinion. They don't make a judgment, but they come back now in public discussion and they simply talk about what this conflict is all about. And sometimes they might make recommendations. Then there's public discussion that will often lead to some kind of a compromise that will actually resolve the claim.
Tenelani agrandoti puputi santé Crépin na David. Sulani ala parandoni kete tirelani tardi tene lekeni.
Il y avait un problème entre Crépin et David sur un chantier et on avait fait la médiation pour résoudre cela. Décision là n'a rien.
Lani so ala benifa tene luna kuya tulula asara kwa ni kozo. Kikuwa tulula kuya weni vitu tina place ni tene sara kwa ni. Crépin kwa atena age kuya tina kui ni sara kwa na place ni.
Si agamu décisionné il tene.
Lani ala kwa use kwa bunge tena asara kwa ni.
Voilà.
Le cas était entre Sindani David et Boucan Philippe.
Oui.
Tous deux réclamaient le même chantier. Quand la comité de gestion était mise en place, les vieux chefs de chantier, en particulier le chef du village de Bagoua, y compris un vieux chef de chantier dénommé Sorbet Joseph, ils ont pris et ils ont fait la médiation entre ces deux hommes et après ils ont compris, la chantier est revenue à deux pour gérer jusqu'à la fin.
Following completion of collection of the geographical coordinates of the socioeconomic surveys of the participatory rural appraisal, we now have a stock of information that allows us to establish a property rights dossier for each and every artisanal miner that in our database is currently seen as the legitimate holder of property rights to the mining sites, that is recognized and respected in the eyes of the local community of having the rights to work that particular site.
Once the miners' claims were identified and precisely located, and after they determined that the claims were clear of any conflict, the claims were then publicly validated in front of the community.
The validation workshop is an opportunity for each artisanal miner now to present the contents of their dossier. Some of the contents are graphic. There's a map product that allows them to locate which waterway and exactly where on the waterway their claim is located. It also allows them to talk about how they gained access, how long they have been working that site.
Est-ce que la ligne a que Mboli Pascaline a chef de chantier? Mais tu sais, nous quoi terminer le chantier, tout le monde dans tout le garazo à Canal Gani. Bon, quand il pique, on va continuer.
There's a public process that brings together not only staff from the project, there's somebody from the Ministry of Mines, a representative from the Ministry of Mines, there's representatives of local government, of the decentralized authorities from the central government. All the customary authorities, and perhaps most importantly, all of the artisanal miners are in attendance at this validation workshop. Once we have all the claims validated, we are now able to register them in our property rights registry, which is the basis of making a small property rights certificate. We make clear to all the holders of this property rights certificate that this is really within the customary system at this point. It is not yet in the legal system, but in customary eyes, the claim that has now been voiced publicly, that is recognized and has been validated publicly, is a legitimate claim, and they have a certificate to show that.
Everyone was pleased with the results of the validation process: the miners, the Central African government, and USAID. To celebrate their accomplishment, the U.S. Ambassador, Frederick Cook, joined national, regional, and local Central African officials in Boswi to distribute certificates. The artisans were proud of their accomplishment. For the first time, they had a written document that affirmed their claims. According to the current laws in the Central African Republic, the first step towards legalization is the acquisition of a license called a patente, which gives the miner permission to mine a specific site. It comes with a logbook called a cahier de production to help them track the diamonds they find. The government is considering new laws and practices to expand recognition of customary property rights.
Légalement, au vu de la loi, pour qu'il se réclame légalement le propriétaire. Donc, il a un certain nombre de formalités à remplir. C'est de se déclarer au fichier minier, que son terrain soit identifié, immatriculé, qu'il se mette en règle, c'est-à-dire qu'il se procure une patente d'artisan exploitant, et c'est au vu de cette patente qu'il sera appelé vraiment le véritable propriétaire de ce chantier. Et éventuellement, ça pourra lui permettre aussi d'être en règle avec l'administration minière pour que l'administration minière suive l'évolution de tout ce qui se passe sur ce chantier-là.
Dans chaque pays, ils veulent, le président Kimberley veut contrôler le diamant depuis le trou jusqu'au marché mondial. Donc avec la certification au niveau de bec d'or avant que le diamant ne sorte, cela empêche même les gens qui passent dans les circuits anormaux pour aller vendre leurs produits. Quand tu passes en dehors du circuit légal sans la certification, tu arrives sur le marché mondial, on n'achète pas ton produit.
How customary property rights become integrated into a government's legal or statutory system will vary from country to country, but the success of PRADD's pilot program in affirming customary rights proves that it has enormous value for all the stakeholders, the miners, the government, and the Kimberley Process. After going through the property rights process and getting their certificates, the miners spoke with greater confidence about their rights, knowing they had a document that verified their property and its exact location. They're now in a stronger position to negotiate a win-win solution if an industrial mining company or a government organization ever challenged their rights. Equally important, the process and what the miners learned going through it changed their attitude about the tangible rewards of operating legally. There was one aspect of the PRADD project that was critical to its success. This was the team's collaboration with over 30 facilitators, representing each of the villages in the pilot zone. The AFLs, as they were called, became the eyes, ears, and voice of the project within the communities. They participated in trainings, organized meetings, and relayed information to the community and to the PRADD team.
Nandoji kusala chala na yaji projet ala tene ala ke AFL ni mbirimbiri akenye itatimbi Uber mo pesa la tena inandoni
singira mingi ita patron François je pensais cause mon gars AFL akenjoni mo ke chef de chantier donc artisan minier
nyela sara si a communauté a population a soro mo c'est l'état Uber ti douti facilitateur donc
bon je pensais isso aita bolisa sorombi à la bas comportement timbi du tout ngati na kodro ala tin bon a limbi ta sorombi donc watam limbi ti pita patara ti ba lege wa si projet so akesa poussa na ti communauté précisément na balangana.
Bon, dati mingi tona ti sai ARD guna réunion tona lokiri ya afel ike londo ike sensibiliser ti onani ike bumbiazo imuna la wango ibumbiazo imuna la wango ti tene ba yeso to so iga imandagi ARD aga mandana yi si asara si ingando il faudrait kala kwa la ganga aussi ala manda so si manda so ala kwa lecha la zinga aussi ton ti inga aussi
singira mingi ita François na tongo ndati projet ARD le sige na batati bosui na nzeti juillet 2007 na ngoni sosi moinga amunjwa tene tongo ndati ageduka ngangu mingi si kete na kete ibandu gitu na beni bubaye mais jusqu'à laso imanda ye mingi inga ye mingi agetonga na nata pande so mbidi fanala ando ige sara kwati diamant gitonga so kirikiri ige ingaliti dape ata warango diamant so ige warna cha chantier si ke ga ige kana collecter ige nga même ngere ni ape ige munga gina la tonsora muna dia kete pata e ikiri singila mingi na ARD 5 pepe na singotilo lo tonda ti fango na ipekoti mandangwa ye na ndote so ira tene expertise so si to na lasmo wara jamati mo aken nzoni gana jamati mo gamo giti inga jama so ake maraniti soa ngire tilo ake okay ake lundo na ndo ati sina ndo asi mo inga ndo ungoti patani nani la pa de so letia zi letia 1 et puis bedmi envers mingi so silani a population di Bosui a Sorombi tongana a feltige et puis a itatibi a fait la kira Sorombi tongana wa bunga ko ta so ira tene délégué a fait di Bosui.
Affirming the property rights of miners was the major goal of the PRADD project. Building collaborative partnerships to promote economic development and diversify income sources was also a key objective.
The diamond industry is, of course, very much linked to the global financial crisis. There is no longer the market that existed before, and that changes very much the context in which we're working. We really need to pay more attention to helping our artisanal miners to engage in other activities to diversify.
The global financial crisis and its impact on the local diamond market taught miners the dangers of becoming too dependent on one product. The exercises and the discussions the miners had going through the process provoked them to think and act differently about land use planning, economic development, and natural resource management. In Goto, one of the villages in the pilot zone, PRADD team member François Mbakoto facilitated a lively discussion about readily available alternatives to mining, market opportunities for different food crops, and how to improve productivity in growing basics like potatoes, rice, corn, and manioc.
Banane plantain, riz, sésame, canne à sucre, pommes de terre, na miel.
Donc le projet les amène petit à petit vers le circuit officiel. Donc ils vont sortir du circuit informel pour aller vers le circuit officiel et l'État pourra tirer des bénéfices en percevant des taxes sur les produits qu'ils auront réalisés ou sur les patentes qu'ils auront à payer.
Notre souhait, c'est de demander d'étendre le projet dans d'autres sites miniers qui ne sont pas encore couverts par ce projet, pour que tous les artisans connaissent l'importance de l'utilisation des cahiers, l'importance même du code minier, et qu'ils soient dans la légalité pour le bien-être, pour d'abord leur propre bien-être et pour le pays.
Mais toujours est-il qu'il y a déjà un début de changement de mentalité. Un début de changement de mentalité parce que ce qui était plus résistant au début commence à être moins résistant. Et je crois peut-être au bout d'1 an, 2 ans, on finira par asseoir cette politique qui va amener tout le monde à se mettre en règle avant d'exploiter le diamant.
De part et d'autre, tout le monde gagne. Les artisans eux-mêmes, les acteurs gagnent et l'État aussi gagne. C'est un plus que le projet a apporté dans le cadre du processus de Kimberley.
In looking at the whole property rights registration process, it's clear that the effort has far more value than just the documents the miners receive. For the miners, the process promotes ownership and responsibility. It also helps them think constructively about natural resource management. When miners become compliant with mining regulations, both the miners and the government earn more money. For any government wanting to comply with the Kimberley process, following the property rights registration methodology that PRADD developed can play a critical role in improving its ability to trace diamonds.